Alrighty. I haven't done this in like a year. Heard of VOCs? No? Am I about to get these nuts? Hey guys! Genuinely surprised that there's more than like one person here. Pog. Okay. There's no Unity open, unfortunately. There's like no graphics. I'm working on the game engine. So there's like oh, it's not even gonna work. Let's try this. Game development. Warning. The stream bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Well, I don't know how to fix that. Oh, yeah, that is, my microphone only has left audio. Give me a second. What? Let's go the other direction. Does that work? No, that also doesn't work. Mono. Yes, there we go. Okay. Is that better? I think that's better. Chat, how do I change my bitrate? Output. Bitrate. 2500 kilobits per second. YouTube recommends 6800. I guess we'll use 6800 then. Can I make myself louder? Yes, I can. How much louder? Is that louder? I feel like I should probably also be watching me on the side. But I will entrust you to doing it. To making all of that observation for me. Okay, here's the game engine. As you can see, it's a bunch of colored rectangles. It's not the best thing. Of course, we have actual whole like good stuff planned out. And Figma's not working. Figma balls. Okay, so like we have actual like UI design by Akai. It's this is eventually what the object panel is going to look like, and it's very cool. Unfortunately, first things first, getting the object panel actually working in the first place. So currently the panel looks like this, which technically it has input. I can type in numbers and it'll validate things for me. I can turn the ambient occlusion to like 5 and it'll be darker. Yeah, it's gonna. The game engine will be edible. It will be flavored like the suckers. That's the goal, to have it be sucker flavored. Okay, so essentially here I selected a cube. A cube looks like this, where it's like a cube component with a whole bunch of other different components attached to it. What's at 151? I don't know. This? No. Can we ask for a toggle to keep the text overflowing? Like, in what direction? Yeah, so it's a bunch of, it's all completely static references, which sucks, so there's no like, oh, I would like to get the transform of, whatever object this is. Very hard to do. That's what interfaces are for. It's for being like, hey, I'm something that supports getting a transform, because some things might not have transforms. So we just make a can I has transform interface, and that would be the easiest way to do that. Where's the cube? Oh, what this cube actually looks like in code is somewhere here. Here's the code. It's pretty simple. It just lists a bunch of components. Most of the actual functionality of it is automatically generated by like 10 bazillion other automatic generation classes, which is pretty cool. That means I can just directly set its name and transform on the cube itself and not have to worry about, oh, I have to go and get its transform, and I have to do all sorts of other stuff. So essentially every single property listed here, so like, for example, the position and the rotation and the name and whatnot, are all listed in this component panel here. And so I can actually change the name. Some mid. Cube B, right? And it updates the name appropriately, right? I can select the upper cube, and I can also change it. There we go. It now has an ambient light of 100. Currently, the specific problem I'm trying to work with is trying to set references. So for example, I want to make a reference to, okay, for example, if I want to add additional children, right? I have to add a reference to some other object. And then when I add a reference to some other object, I also have to add like, okay, here's its transform, here's its mesh renderer, here's its hierarchy, here's its children, etc., etc. This is what the reference. Essentially, how this is going to work. Do I have sketches of this? I don't think I have sketches of this. I can make sketches of this. It's okay. Essentially, it's going to have, if we have the box that says, okay, transform, and then it lists the transform. Or, okay, here, for example, parent is null. I should probably set the parent. So it's going to be parent, and then in the box, parent, and then inside of the box, it's going to say null, probably. And then if you click on this, it's going to create a pop-up dialog box that's going to have essentially every valid component. So, for example, it's going to have like hierarchy referenced by, I don't know, cube B, for example, because cube B has a hierarchy. And so you can pick that one, and so then its parent would be set to cube B, essentially. And then down here you also have the option to create a create a new hierarchy. Currently, what it does is it creates a pop-up box that does nothing, and you can't interact with it. And also, you can't close it. I believe if you close the panel, it hides the pop-up box, which is not the best, but you know. Currently, I'm just trying to get it to go away when I click outside of it. Here's the pop-up box code. I've given it a reference to a button component, which essentially just is all like mouse interaction. I'd be like, okay, cool. When the button is clicked outside, right? We want to delete the box, right? Here's the issue. You can't delete things very well. Since everything is literally just a static reference to everything else, you'll have like cube B. No. So we have hierarchy, and then this has a reference to upper cube, and then it also has another reference to cube B. Essentially, what we need to do is we need to have cube B get a reference to the hierarchy and then tell it, hey, drop me as your child, and then cube B will automatically delete itself due to magic, essentially. So that's the fun part. Here's the thing, though, is that cube B currently has no way to get a reference to the hierarchy that it's in. So to start out with, the current idea is when something gets involved in a hierarchy, the hierarchy sends a message to the object saying, hey, I added you. Deal with it. And then if it cares, that's fine. I'm thinking that a hierarchy has a list of children and then also has a reference to whatever its parent is. I kind of never wanted to do this route because I would really like it if things can be in multiple hierarchies at the same time. But that's probably not looking likely as something that's reasonable to deal with. So I think it's a worthy sacrifice to not support things going in multiple hierarchies at the same time, especially when you consider like UI already doesn't support being in multiple hierarchies due to the update loop specifically referencing like essentially can only have one position at the same time, right? So okay, that's fine. I'll deal with that. My current question is, why does it have yes, hi, thank you. Why does it have a parent property here? I'm not sure what this is from, or if I should delete it. Sure, cube. What is this? What is this referencing? Okay, it is referencing the Transform 3D. The Transform 3D has a parent so that it can recalculate its Where are you being set? are you being set at all? Right. No. Okay, so currently this code is kind of useless, which is a bit sad. Is there a transfer interface? No, there's not. Are you being set? No. It might also be set implicitly. In the prefab files. But it's not looking like it anywhere. So I think for now, I'm not going to have the parent be a responsibility of the transform, and instead it's going to be a responsibility of the hierarchy until I need I'm really curious how much stuff this will break, actually. Okay, yeah, let's just set all of the global and local stuff to be the exact same value and see what happens. Will everything still work? It still appears to be working. So I guess that was actually useless the entire time. My other... Okay, so this is the 3D transform. My next question is, does the 2D transform have the same thing? The rect transform. I don't believe it does. Which is totally fine by me. Oh yeah, because all of the local and global stuff is read-only. Honestly, I'm kind of fine with that. Okay, so we've removed the parent stuff. Hierarchy needs a parent. So the entire thing is just going to be trying to configure the hierarchy to support having children. Right now, when something gets added, it... Here we go, add child. It has a list of children, and it adds it. If this hierarchy has been initialized, then it should initialize the child. Magically assuming that the child hasn't been initialized yet, but, like, that's fine. You know, I should probably... Children. That'll be fine. Oh, no, wait. iInitialize already checks whether it's been initialized. Never mind. This isn't... I'm making stuff up. This is not an issue. And then, okay, so it has this event called child added. And then, so things can listen when they get children added. I'm thinking about sending a notification down. Notify to, some kind of, like, I added to hierarchy notification, and then a hierarchy can read from this and be like, oh, I guess I'm added to a hierarchy now. Although I think specifically I don't want it to propagate, because this loops through all sorts of, like, hooks and garbage, but I think I want to directly notify it. Is this music from Undertale? No, this is Lumi Radio. I would This is Homestuck music. I would have a list of like what the current music is playing. I used to actually, before Lumi Radio died. So now I just have this. This is all the information I have. So yeah. Ham stink. So everything that has this interface, iNotification propagator. What happened to Lumi Radio? It got taken down by YouTube, I think. So now they have their own website. You know what? I feel like posting the website. They have a Discord too, which is where I got the information from. You know what? I feel like putting this in the description for the stream. Music by or from Lumi Radio. Boop. Save. Okay, I'm assuming that magically works. Okay, so something implements this iNotification propagator interface. It has this function called notify. I want to call this with this new I added to hierarchy notification. This then begs the question, what do I do if I have multiple like hierarchy stuff, right? Because it's going to propagate down all of that. Which is bad, because I don't want this thing to know when, like, this thing has been added to the hierarchy. I think I can just have the hierarchy itself block those notifications, though. It's like, is there a... Yeah, okay, so this is a notification. So I can say if notification is I added to hierarchy.notification. Added to hierarchy. Thank you, AI code, for not making my life good. I don't want it to propagate the notification down, so I can just say, hey, return it immediately. I can have a... Nope, stop that. Don't want this to be public. Yeah, sure, why not. Public... I assume this is also going to be a hierarchy. Parent. Get private set. So you can't set the parent directly on a hierarchy, but so this is more of an informative thing. Now we just have to go actually add the notification itself, which is here-ish. I'll just copy paste this thing. I added to hierarchy. This is going to take a hierarchy parent. This is going to be called on added to hierarchy with the parent. This is going to be called on added to hierarchy notification.parent. I don't think I need any of those actual methods though, because I'm just using it directly here in this notify class. We should now have a reference to the parent. which is awesome. That means we can have the parent kill its children. So when the mouse is outside, we get the hierarchy. Oh wait, I need a on the function. Hierarchy dot parent dot remove child this. And it should this should delete the child. Hopefully, maybe. Probably. I already see something wrong here, but I want to test to make sure it works or doesn't work anyway. And if I click on this, oh, it doesn't work. This is so sad. In fact, I'm going to add a debug line here. If not, remove console.writeLine window was not in hierarchy dot parent. Let's just see what happens. Actually, even better, I'm going to put a breakpoint here. This way we'll actually be able to explore the code and see what's going on live. So if I select a cube, I go here and I click on this and I try to click outside of it, nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. It should be breaking. Because I forgot to actually set up the button. So the button was never actually working in the first place. Okay, now it should be working. There we go. Okay, now it's broken. Perfect. We can see that, oh no, the window was not in the parent's hierarchy, which is like, but it's the parent, how could it not be in the hierarchy? That's because the object that's in the hierarchy is actually an add component window, not the actual window that it is a part of. It should be, yeah. This is the window that's asking to remove it, whereas this is the window that's actually in it in the first place. The next problem is this window cannot get an explicit reference to this window, which means, I don't know, an event system maybe? So if we have like an event that's oh yeah, shush. So if we have an event that's like event, we're not gonna call it mouse outside, we're gonna call close window request. All right, so all we're gonna do here is we're going to there we go. So when our mouse is down outside, we're just gonna do a close window request. Then the component panel, which is somewhere else here, I think. At the very bottom. Yeah, this thing. Add component window. We need to set up the event system. So I initialize on initial. I'm on. Public void on initialize. No, it's not. You're gaslighting me. I should say rect. I'm not gonna call this rect. I'm gonna call this window. It's also gonna be called window. I wish it would stop double clicking. Okay, so window dot on, or I guess close window request. That's not a thing that exists. Thank you, AI. Hierarchy dot parent dot remove child. This should now work because because this is the actual thing that exists. If we make a new type of object that has the window inside of it, then skill issue, someone else can deal with it, which is not me. It'll probably be me in the future, but not me right now. Now, if we click on it, if we select it, and we click on a thing, window pops up. So cool. Click outside of it, it still doesn't work. This is awesome, chat. Can I have a breakpoint for you specifically? Oh, that's how you make breakpoints like that. That's weird. Let's make sure that this is actually happening. So when I select this, I select this. No. Close window request is never being fired. This is sad. But the mouse down outside is being fired? Question mark? OMG, I love Undertale music. No. It has stopped working. My next best guess as to why it has stopped working is because this function is never being... Oh. Because I broke it. I renamed it and then I didn't actually rename it correctly. Because I'm silly. Wasn't it going to be made on Unity? It was up until I hated Unity and then Unity self-destructed. Yeah. The current version is in Unity, but I'm making my own game engine now. Because I tried Godot. Godot was cool. Kind of sucked also, unfortunately. It still doesn't work. In fact... Okay, does this happen? Does it get initialized? Let's see. Wait, no, nothing popped up. It was supposed to... Oh, wait. Okay. The registering the close window request works. Nothing else does. Okay, so this is never being called. The question is, why? That is the question. This is the fun part where we step through the code line by line until it works. coming. Boop. Okay, starts here. We register the event. That's poggers. What happens next? Where's this notification being sent from? Okay, so now it should be a notification propagator. That's how it knows to send the notification to the window. If we go inside of it, it'd be like, whoa, we should send the notification to the window. That's cool. Yeah, it says it should have the notification in it. Oh, it's already been initialized. Oh, okay. Here's a current issue. Delete everything here. So we have the add component window. That currently contains a full rect window. Okay, this is one big object. I think what's happening is that when we send the I initialize notification to add component window, takes that and then goes, okay, has been initialized equals true. That's good. So now we know that if we get another one of these, it won't happen again because it's already been initialized. Then it tries to send the notification to the full rect window. The full rect window looks at the exact same thing and it's been like, we've already been initialized. Even though this one hasn't been initialized and this one has. I know why this is a thing. This is a thing because of the automatic code generation. Gosh golly, I wish I could just write my own programming language. Yeah. So essentially, this is being declared. Oh, this is a known issue. I keep forgetting this, but we need to copy paste this line of code into everything that is I initialize. Let me make a big comment here. This line must go in all implementations of I initialize, or notifications will not propagate. Sick. So this thing needs it because this is I initialize, and this thing needs it because this is also I initialize. There's a much easier way to do this. I don't want to have to copy paste this every single time because I will forget, and it's very sad. What's happening is that, this thing is part of the window. It's part of the full rect window, okay? Because it's a, I don't know, one of these things here has I initialize on it. And what that does is it copies that into the main object. It's the exact same variable. I guess it's not a copy, it's a direct reference. that same thing gets applied to here. It copies it into here at the same time. So they're all referencing the exact same thing. What I would really like to happen is I want this to not be copied. I would love a don't expose on a like member by member level. And I guess I could do that. In fact, I will have a... That'll be the next thing we do after we finish the window working. Fix me. Don't expose this. I want to make my own game to I want to make my own game engine to I want to make my own programming language. Yeah, that's the pipeline. Beware of the pipeline. I am working on my own programming language. It's pretty bad. It looks exactly like C#, but worse because I made it. But it's not gonna do that. I'm just trying to figure out the system. Sneak peek. It's not as important as the game engine. It's like a side project, so it's fine. So now this should work. Let's try it again. Okay, we have... Okay, this on initialize here runs. On initialize here also runs. That's good. It immediately gets a click request saying, hey, we should close the window. And the other thing is also like, yeah, we should close the window. I'm curious, does this return true? Probably. Oh, and then it crashes. Collection was modified. Enumeration option. Oh. Why do I want to use Unity? Okay, so I have a devlog script, like half written, about like switching from Unity to my own game engine. And I wrote it like 2 months ago. I just haven't actually made the devlog yet because I want to make the engine look nice first. There was a whole Unity drama where Unity like exploded and sucks now, like company wise. And also it's hard and everything's complicated and it's not very flexible and all of the engine stuff is hidden. Mostly because I'm petty. So yeah. Okay. So the current error is erroring because it crashed. The current error is erroring because I'm trying to remove... Where is it? I'm trying to remove the child in the middle of looping through all the children. This is referred to as a bad move. Because... Yeah. Because if it's looping through all the children, if you try to change the children, it will stop working. That's just how it works, kind of. I would love for that to not be a thing. You know what? In my own programming language, that won't be a thing. You'll be able to manipulate children in the middle of looping through them. Alright, so next thing, we can... essentially, anytime that we're inside of a notification, we'll have this issue. Which is not great. That kind of limits what we can do. What we can do is we can have a... we can request the hierarchy to remove the child at its earliest convenience. actually Godot does this, where sometimes you can you can remove a child immediately, but generally what you do is you queue it up. You do that. And so I guess I'll do that too. What will the AI generate for us today? Void queue. It's actually return bool. Queue remove child. What will you have for us? You're exactly copying the remove child function. That's not what I want at all. We also have to pick a time that we want to do it. So when do we want to remove children? Probably after the frame has been drawn. That sounds good, right? So we have, okay, so here's the new timeline. We have pre-update, we have normal update, and we have post-update. And then we also have draw. And then I guess post-draw. I think I want to... Okay, so all this stuff happens during the update step. This is when we get the button press. I'm thinking we can wait. I don't want to wait until draw or post-draw, because then things won't be as snappy. I'm thinking probably post-update. So all the button stuff will go through, and then it'll like add it to the queue of children to remove. And then it'll go into post-update. Do I have a notification for post-update? I initialize, I pre-update, update. Oh, I don't actually have a... You know what? I'll just make another notification. I post-update. This totally isn't susceptible to bloat. What do you mean? On post update. I think members created in don't expose interfaces should automatically not be exposed. That's what I think. Alright, so where is this being instantiated? Here. We'll just do this. Nice. So when we queue, remove child, post. I don't know. I feel like adding like arbitrary numbers of pre and post updates would be really, really funny. We could even have like an arbitrary like priority system, so it's like everything with a lower priority goes first. You can have like post update -1000, and it'll probably go before post update 0, you know, which is like the main. At that point, just have it be part of update with a regular update being 0. That sounds interesting. I like that. That may be a feature. Alright, we gotta make a new list of children. Private list of objects. Children to remove. Boop. You have to wait, what, like 9 months for the children to get removed? I don't remember how long the Gigapause was. There we go. We just add it to children to remove, and then eventually when we get to I post update. I post update. Oh, right. On post update, we have for each children to remove. That's supposed to be an object. Child and children remove. Remove child. See? Actually, I can do this in a way snazzier. Children remove dot for each remove child. Or not. Fine, if you insist. I feel like adding a debug line to this. So if remove children failed, then we can add a console statement saying a child that wasn't in the hierarchy. This. Sure, why not? Boop. This should work. Yep, maybe. Hopefully. Okay. Now it's not popping up. And this is something I noticed before, is that the... Okay. Here's the current issue. So we have our main hierarchy. We have the object panel. So okay, here's the editor. We have the main panel. Or no, okay, so we have the component panel. This creates a add component panel when the button is clicked. So when the button is clicked, it adds this. And then it proceeds, and then the button being pressed proceeds to move to the add component panel. Which then realizes, hey, this wasn't in my box, and then it deletes itself. So essentially, this thing exists for less than one frame. Which is not optimal. The best solution, queue add child. I think we can wait till the end of the frame to add the child. That sounds like a terrible idea, actually, because then I know for sure it won't be updated correctly when it gets created. This is an interesting problem. How should I fix this? How do I get it to not notify the button press when it immediately gets created? You know what? A negative lifespan would work really well for SBEPIS. For SBEPIS's game engine, if things just magically had negative lifespans. Okay. First solution. We could wait to add it until after the update loop is finished. I don't like this because... Okay, let's write it down at least. 1. Wait until end of loop to... Yeah. Wait until end of loop to add child. That is the edge of my canvas. Okay, that's solution number 1. I don't like this one because it is going to cause latency issues. No, we are not winning. Next idea. Magically tell it to ignore the button. The click. I don't know how to do this. This is kind of what we want it to do in the first place, though. Let's see. Okay, so we could have a post mouse pressed notification. Or at least an event of some kind where it's like, okay, we're done dealing with all the mouse presses. What is playing? I don't know. I wish Lumi Radio let me see what was playing right now. This is all I have. I guess could use the Discord bot to get audio information. Ow. I don't know. Whatever. That's still too loud and kind of distracting. All right. Okay, so we need a way to, I don't even want to have this be directly for for button event specifically. I would love a way to just like have a system where it's like when the current notification is done working, do the thing. That would also fix our iPost update problems too, because we can just wait until it's done and then remove it. Okay, how do events even get sent? Notifications. Okay, well, here's the thing, is that the editor, where's the editor? It's somewhere. No, it's called a window, isn't it? Sit in rendering. Window. So, like, this window controls, like, okay, here's the pre-update, here's the post-update. And then, yeah, kind of like a notification queue. Close enough. I'll go with yes. So currently, it's the window sends a new update notification when there's ready for an update to be sent out. So I could have the window deal with it, except hierarchies, when a child gets added, sends out a new initialized notification, which I don't particularly like. Actually, okay. There's this funny thing in coding called a deconstructor. Essentially, okay, so when you make a new object, you create a function that constructs it, and it's called a constructor. Things can also have, this is a like C and C# thing only. You can also have a deconstructor that happens when it's about to die. essentially, we already know when a notification is done being sent out when it's about to die, because we don't want to keep a hold of it. I could just have, like, an event that's like, when a notification dies, we can be like, okay, this notification finished. Invoke. Right? And then have it be like a static thing. So click static event action. This notification finished. There we go. So now we can say anytime an action is added to the hierarchy, we can see when any added to hierarchy notifications die. This is close to what I want, but not really, because I have to copy paste this for every single notification, and there's dozens of notifications now. But that's close. I want something that encompasses all notifications. So, okay. Say, for example, we have so we have an update notification, right? Sometime through this, we get a we could get, like, if we add a child to a tree, it's going to make an initialized notification. We could, so essentially, if anything happens in here, we want to know when this notification gets done. And then later, if anything else happens, we can also do this one. I think what we want is we want all notifications to be wrapped up in a stack. So the global notification stack. And essentially what this is going to do is it's going to keep a reference to all notifications that currently exist. And then you can also have an event that's on notification finished when something gets deleted from the queue. Or I guess it's the other way around, isn't it? When it gets removed, we can call on notification finished, and then everything, like something can fire, and then this can get cleared for other stuff to worry about. This is probably going to be something responsible in the notification propagator. The notification propagator is the main class that deals with notifications. Yeah, essentially. Why is this an nihilist? Oh, because I can't be an enumerable. Okay. We need to have a list of existing notifications. And oh joy. It's gonna be static. Okay. Private static list object. That's not what I wanted. Object. Current notifications. Here we go. These are going to be all the notifications that are sent out. Yeah, This is a Doctor remix. It sounds like Doctor, but with just like an extra instrument on top. So if the list of notifications has this notification, then make it an extra space here. Then we should add it. Dot add. Right? Actually, we don't even have to. Okay, well, I guess we do have to do this. Then at the end of this loop, we need to have. At the very end of this loop, we need to remove it. So it's going to be, we need to keep track of whether or not we add it. New notification. If it's a new notification, we add it. And then later, if we had a new notification, we can remove it. Now we need an event stack, which oh joy. Essentially each one of these should have their own list of events that go together. Right? And then when this happens, this fires off this event, and then this event can be back on the stack. So what are events in C#? So like what is the automatic behavior for C# events when you create one? C# event. How to publish, how to implement, custom event accessors. What's the default accessor? It appears like it always needs reference to something that's not custom. Is event a class? Maybe. For debugging's sake, I'm just going to make a event. I'm going to call it foo. And I just want to be able to access it. So here, nope, not. At the very beginning, let's just pause it and see what foo is. What are you? You're nothing. Okay. What about when I add this? This should add nothing. This should make foo be nothing, essentially, or not be nothing. Okay, so if I step through this, if I do that, what is foo now? It is a function. Oh, it is literally this. It is literally this function. My next question is, what if I do that again? Let's make it actually do something. Console.WriteLine console.WriteLine bar. Okay, so right now, foo is nothing. If I skip through it, now foo is this thing. If I skip through it one more time, now what is foo? It's an action. But what is it? Subscribers. Oh, actually, I know how we can tell what it is. If I do foo.invoke directly, then it'll execute this. But if I do foo.invoke here, it will definitely be something else. And I'll be able to step inside of this and then see what it actually is. And then I'll be able to exploit that. So if I do this, this should just take me directly to here, which is fine. Now if I do this, where do you take me? To here. Oh, and then to there. That sure feels like a whole lot of nothing. What are you? It says you're in action. But what are you? Foo.getType. What are you? You are a... You're literally an action. Do actions have subscribers? No, they don't. What are you? What goes on inside of an action? Oh. Nothing. Nothing goes on inside an action, apparently. Nice. Bring back console. How do you know what the subscribers are? Actually, this feels like another question we can Google. C# get event subscribers. Can I do this? Are multicast. So the delegate is itself a list. From within the class, you need to get individual callers. You can use field. What is field? Oh. Oh. Oh, here we go. Multicast delegate. This is the important part. What are you? Represents a delegate that can have more than one element in its invocation list. Sick. Can I create you and then use you manually? What does a check and display delegate? Okay, so it's essentially a function. In that case, let's just try making a bunch of... Let's just make a list. Let's make a list of delegates. Actually wrap it up in a nice little tuple. Multicast delegate. Now, can I suppose it should be a dictionary, shouldn't it? Instead of a list. Dictionary. Boop. Dot contains key. I'm going to add, can I just say new cast delegate? Does this do anything? What are you? Base target method. What are you? Are a delicate. Oh, excuse me. The Eeper. Well, does the dictionary go in sorted order? Violet Static. I have a stack. Yeah, give me a stack. Current notifications. If I try to do push, yeah. If I try to do notification delegates of notification. What can I access on you? There's a target, there's a returns the list. Can I say plus equals? Do you work? Cannot apply. Candidates are action plus action. I love waiting on stuff to decompile. There we go. Okay. They're clonable and serializable. Meaning create delegates. There should be a plus. Here we go. Operator equals. That's not what I want. Is there an operator plus here? Usually at the bottom, aren't they? Okay, here's an operator equals. there not an operator plus? No. There's just these two. Alright. C#, create new multicast delegate. First, create 2 regular unicast delegates and combine them using the plus operator. Okay. So, I'm assuming... okay, so where is square delegate? You are this thing. It's a function. Question mark. Oh, am I silly? Can I just say, oh yeah, this is an action. And I can just say plus... Nah, don't do that. Oh, that just works. Oh, I can just say, yeah, I can just add it directly in there. Nice. Can I see the code for this? Please, please, and thank you. No. Okay, this could be no. Okay, it's fine. We have it. It was just that easy. I was being silly. The word event literally does not mean anything except for the fact that you can use a plus or minus on it. So, since actions, I assume, also have events, that's also fine. What is a unicast delegate? Out of curiosity. Nothing. That does not exist. Brilliant. Okay, so we have somewhere we can go now. This isn't a Homestuck song. We can have a new... I guess we can say it's no. That is allowed, isn't it? And then we can pop. Sure. This will probably work. Question mark. Probably. You know what? Let's just make sure. Action pop pooped. No, this should be a object notificate pop notification equals this. Okay, this is the one. If the pop notification is not literally the same notification, we should do something drastic. Sounds good to me. What do you mean object and T? You know what, it's fine. Just cast it to T. Does that make you happy? Cannot apply. Okay, well, you're being stinky. Have this. If it does not equal it, throw an error. Yeah, that's fine. So now I can create an event where public static event notification finished. And do add. There we go. And remove. Should do the exact same thing. Oh, I need to specify a thing. There we go. Oh, I just need to also call it now. Do you return something? Oh. Out, action, delegate. Whoop. Action dot invoke. Okay. This is so incredibly silly. This is a contender for top 10 worst code I've ever written. Okay, so now we have queue remove child. Instead of it being a post update, we don't care about that at all. And instead, we can do... we can just add... We don't even need to keep a list. We can just say notification propagator dot notification finished. We can just say, hey, remove this child. And actually, I'm going to set it up so that this should be an if. Boop. There we go. This should now at least wait until the... Oh. Probably. This will probably work. Now we can also have queue add child, which is the same thing. And we just say, hey, when the notification is finished, add child, the child. Don't touch the child. Wide. Okay. It is complaining that there are errors. Give it a second. There will be magically no more errors. I said there will magically be no more errors. Close enough. All right, it runs. Oh, it works. It works. Yes. Brilliant. This is the worst code, but it works. So you know what? I'm happy. This is pretty snazzy. All right, that's pretty cool. This feels like a good time to permanently save my changes. What did we do here? We added a notification, add a static event for when the current notification is done processing. Boop. Genuinely surprised that works. I was like, oh no, you have a to-do that you didn't finish. I'm like, okay, good. We're going over here. This should be null. Where was it? Notifications? Oh, shoot. This also needs to be copied. This is bad. Yes, I have two functions that look exactly the same. So I have to constantly keep their contents updated. The reason why is because they can be, like, one of two different types. And there's no way to reconcile that. Let me just amend that. I can't have it be... Okay, it's either going to be a parameter object array, or it's going to be an iList. Wait, unless... No, stop that. Stop that. What's the class for array? Are you a collection? Oh my goodness, you might be a collection. Oh, can I just... Hold on. Can I replace this with the I collection and it'd be totally fine? And then can I just have this redirect to... No, you don't even have to do that. You can just be... What? Oh no, import the type. Does this work? Have I not actually had to copy paste all of my code the entire time? No, yeah, I didn't have to copy paste all of my code that entire time. I feel incredibly silly. That's awesome. Remove redundant notification code. Nice. That's good change. Where are you? Okay. Back to the issue from earlier, where every time we were using initialize, we had to include this has been initialized function because it keeps getting copied across. That sucks and is bad. So let's remove that. In fact, I'm going to close. That's not what I wanted to do. It's fine. I could just reopen it later. Okay, so all of this is being controlled by the source generators, which generate source code. Scintillating, I know. Essentially, where's the source code generation? Here we go. For all unimplemented members, okay, so essentially this says for all of the like base classes, or I guess all of the okay, so for all of the for all of the members that have the exposed members in class attribute. it essentially takes all of the things inside of it and puts them out into the open. What I need to do is I need to go through and make sure that none of the exposed things are from parts of the code that should not be exposed. Okay, so this literally just loops through all of the attributes where it has get exposed members in class. This is just the easiest solution. What we have to do is we have to check every attribute against every interface, and I guess there's an easier way to do it here. There we go. Get all public instance members where I'm not quite sure where I should do this. Oh gosh, this is annoying. Okay, I need to loop through all interfaces. Which you can access through class type dot all interfaces. I think. Or not that. Have I used this before? I have. Actually, here we have I need a copy of this where it returns exclusively the interfaces that are exposed. Oh, this is one of the worst parts of the code base. It's kind of magic. I just kind of hope that it works half the time. It desperately needs to be broken down. We need a new class called iSymbolWrapper. And okay, so there's somewhere in the code base there's this thing called an iFieldWrapper. Field wrapper. There we go. There's this thing called a field wrapper where there we go. iMember wrapper, which is a an I symbol. Essentially what this does is it like, so I have to duplicate all this code for like, okay, here's if it's a property, here's if it's a field, here's if it's a property, here's if it's a field, etc., etc. And I have to do a lot of copying. That sucks, and I don't like that. So I'm going to not do that. It should be a field symbol wrapper. It should be a property symbol wrapper. And, you know, I'll just... it's fine. So I need a public class field... Well, okay, what kind of things do I need this? I need a get attributes function. So, public... What does return? immutable array of attribute data. Boop. Sure, import that. That should be an interface. Target runtime does not support default interface implementation. Well, you're being silly. So guess what? Should be I field symbol, should be I property symbol, and now I can make class I field symbol, or no, field symbol wrapper. What are you do? No. You can be this. This is all we need. That's it. Wait. Oh, okay. There also needs to be a type. Public. I closed it. I type symbol. Public. I type symbol. Type field.type. Now do the same thing for property. There we go. Can I not have static interface methods? Is that a limitation of the version of .NET that I'm using? Let's Google for this. Go away, go away. C#. Target runtime does not support default interface implementation. Oh, C#. Static interface method. Yeah, music has been going the entire time. Usually it's been like, it's all like Homestuck fan music. Well, I can't have static interface methods. Unsure what to do about this. Do I need to create a class or like a static class that's like public class as public, or public static class symbol wrapper, where all it has is just this one. It just has this one static function, and I have to use this now. iSymbol wrapper. There. Boop. Wrapper. Get attributes. Wrapper.type. Brilliant. Alright, it has now done the really funny thing and turned the entire thing into one really big line of code. Thanks. This is totally what I wanted. Sure. I guess. That technically works. For each. Okay. No, wait, that should be an if. So we need iSymbol wrapper. So now we check if the wrapper has any attributes, and this is a wrapper.type. Nice. It'd be really funny if I looped through it a second time and did like and just had it convert 100 bazillion statements for me automatically again. What's my... Okay. What? You don't want to do that for me? Well, fine. I'll do it myself. Dot select symbol wrapper dot rep. Just copy paste the rest of you. This code would taste, I don't know, incredibly sour, like eating a lemon. That's what I think this code would taste like. The problem with it supposedly tasting like gummy worms is that gummy worms are actually good. So like, you know. What's your favorite Homestuck fan venture? My own. That's cheating. Portal Stuck is fun and memorable. I like Portal Stuck. Steam. You know what? It would taste like blood. Yeah. That sounds reasonable. Yeah. Okay, now as you can see, this stuff, where is it? This stuff and this stuff looks pretty much exactly the same. I don't like that, so I'm gonna make another function for it. No. See, pennies are also good and tasty. That would be dissing pennies. How could you? Okay, so this should be get exposed. Okay, this should be called get exposed members, essentially. It should be a list of this is an interface. Yeah, okay, this would be a list of symbol wrappers, where it takes in a list of I symbols. And this needs to be an interface. Okay, type.getMembers. Okay, so yeah, so in here, for example, get exposed symbols would fill in all of this. There. Easy. This is way better than having it copy-pasted a bunch of times. Or I guess this should be filter. Filter exposed symbols. Wrap. I is symbol wrapper. Wait. Oh, that goes there. That goes there. There we go. It's mostly just a lot of big names. I should really cut it apart a little bit more, but I'm not quite sure how. Let's run it to make sure it actually works. That would be good. It might lie to me. Oh. Well, it doesn't... Oh, wait, okay. Warning. Generator failed to generate source. It will not contribute. One argument member must be a field or property. Wait, what? Not member.getType. My copy paste is the original one too. Excuse me. What time is it? Noon, 1? Okay. Why are you complaining now? Not method symbol. Oh, okay. So it has to... Okay, so we have to filter out the things that are actually appropriate. Dot where, stop that. Actually, no, yeah. All right, where, there, if it's a field symbol or it's a property symbol. Now it should work. There we go. It's still good. All right, now filter exposed symbols. This is the part where we can actually safely figure out which interfaces are, like, which properties should be like, whether they should exist or not. essentially, we need to get a list of all... We need to get... Okay, so here's, for example, get all exposed interfaces. We need to get a list of no exposed interfaces. Get all not exposed interfaces, which is just going to require me copy-pasting this function, but then changing, like, 2 lines. Maybe we could use extra, like, spacing to separate stuff. That sounds nice. Yeah. I feel a little bit better. Get all not exposed interfaces, including conflicts. We literally just need to change this one thing to a not. Wait. Oh, this is gonna cause so many issues. Okay, so you can see that filter this whole thing depends on filter exposed symbols. The issue is that filter exposed symbols also depends on the get all not exposed interfaces. Okay, so this is going to cause a lot of like feedbacking, which is bad. This is an Ultra Kill reference. Essentially, so we have our main class. We're just going to call it Foo. Foo has a bunch of things inside of it, such as bar, and this bar is marked expose. Okay. This is fun. So now everything in bar will get shoved into Foo. Okay, so bar has something called it has a Baz. Baz. The thing about Baz is that Baz is marked don't expose. Okay. Essentially, what we're doing is we're getting all of the members. So this is what is where's a Okay, so we're filtering for exposed symbols. Oh, yeah, by the way, essentially Foo is also going to be bar. Okay, so we're filtering for exposed interface. So this thing is going to call filter for exposed symbols. Right? Then for each symbol, we need to ask, we need to find whether or not, no, okay. Try and make this a little bit simpler. Okay, here's a Foo. Foo has a bar, and it says to expose it. Bar has a Baz. Baz is specifically don't expose. So in the end, what's going to happen is that Baz is going to stop existing, kind of. The bar is literally just going to be called bar. It's not going to have a Baz. Or I guess it is going to have a Baz, but the Baz, like, isn't going to be carried over to the this thing. So it's still going to have the bar, but it's specifically not going to have the Baz carried over from the bar. Otherwise, if this was exposed, then it would also carry over the Baz, and then probably also the BEPIS. And then also this is considered a bar because it has all of the stuff inside of a bar. Okay, so essentially, when we're generating this stuff, we have to start by asking, okay, for the class, we have to filter exposed what is it? Filter exposed fields? Members? Filter exposed members? Right? Because, so essentially we have to find everything in this class that is going to be exposed. This in turn, we need to check whether or not there are any objects down the line that we explicitly shouldn't expose. So this calls get not exposed interfaces. This then, in turn, also needs to know what things we are exposing, because then it should add them. Or it should rather subtract them from the list. But then that also just goes back up to here, so now we're in a loop. And that's bad. Let's see. I need to combine these two things into one step. I need to go through the list, and I need to find the exposed members and the interfaces. Yeah, BEPIS means a lot to us. Okay. Thinking really hard. I think after this problem, I'm going to stop streaming and go eat. Okay, essentially I need one big process that finds all the resulting members, and 2 finds all the interfaces, right? Excluding don't include properties. All right. We need to do this all at once, or else it'll all break. I feel like I need to write a third new process. But I have absolutely no idea how to do this. Because these two things really, like, shouldn't be correlated, but unfortunately they are. So, skill issue, I guess. You know what? I'm having a stroke too. Maybe I should take a break now and come back when my brain stops hurting. You know what? That sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna get off. I'll see you guys later, probably, maybe. Depends. You should join the Discord server for get ping. There we go. That's a stream outro. I've never been in a live stream like I've never watched a live stream long enough to see how people close live streams. So there you go. That's what you get for me. All right, I'll see you guys later.